Hmm. Ah, sins of the father.
Take that!
And that is a file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of particular note right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. This deeply held idea is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either, if she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. Oh. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Karan, but at some point you came to serve the very regime you despised. And that's because the Queen found this chink in your armour. That's how she came to use your sister against you. I... Yuta, have you been keeping this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me? You are an innocent party to all this. I live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend the throne, need not fret over one such as I. No, I cannot accept that. What you say is malarkey. Don't you even care what happens to you? Before country, queen, law and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. My personal feelings are of no consequence. That's why I resign myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thought of change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Karai until the day Rafa succeeds me, for that is what is best for our kingdom. I know, Your Eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice, but I promise you this, in exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe and the kingdom shall prosper. That is all I can ask for with my meagre existence. Ayuba, is this really the new you? Resigning yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future? No. The Ayuba I knew would never let himself be turned into this. Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict. You can say you're simply accepting your fate, Nayuta, but I know that deep down there is still hope in your heart. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me. It is the kind of hope that perseveres through the most desperate of times. And that is what binds you, me and Dirk together as family. I know because this is demonstrated to me you haven't lost all hope yet.
Take that!
When you interrogated Dirk, you confiscated all his possessions as potential evidence. All except this. So tell me, Nayuta, why didn't you take this badge? You couldn't bear to take it from me, could you? and I know why. Because this badge means something special to us. Hey Dirk, why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right? This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realise my dream, not until my very last breath. A dragon never yields, right? Exactly. Ayuta, Apollo, I vow to restore Korion's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny. You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up and you never will, because you still believe in all the wrong will be right someday, don't you? You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you say. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Saviour? Yes, save me. Like he did on that day. Ayuta, Apollo, hold on, I'm coming. What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Ayuta, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me, understand? Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down, that is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father. Ayuta, I knew you. However, it was but a dream, and now that dream has died, murdered along with Dirk. So now as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely on me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way.
Such insolence!
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering? The immaturity of this... the immutability of this duty? It is time to accept defeat. Now watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will. Yes, Your Eminence. Wait a second. What do I do now? Does the defence wish to raise an objection? There's got to be some way to say that you, Apollo. It all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal. If we could once and for all prove Dirk didn't try to assassinate Armour, right, Ayuta and Rafer's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. But I thought there weren't any evidence left, because it was all destroyed in the fire. Dirk investigated the matter for years, but never managed to learn anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk really try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had it. Yeah, excuse me. He had over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. He must have secretly planted something to topple around with somewhere. Take another look at the evidence. You just might find what you need to break out of this situation within there. Got it. If the defence is done stalling for time, I shall now render my verdict. No, wait. About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defence has some new information we'd like to share. You do? While we had intended to deliberate the case in the course of this trial... Dirk, do you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here? Very well then. What is the source of your new information about the case from 23 years ago?
Such insolence!
Try again, Mr. Justice. Apollo, trials here are a little different than the ones back home. So things that wouldn't be considered evidence back there can have a huge impact on a case here. With that in mind, why don't you take a good look at the court record again? I'm sure you'll find what Dirk left for you.
Take that!
Always go with your fucking gut. Stop overthinking. A photograph? Yes. Do you recall the travelling musician who died in the fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in a blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. We'll never know his identity, though. His belongings were burnt to ashes. What about that? The truth is, he was my biological father. Oh! What? Why, of course. With his photo and her benevolence. Exactly. We might be able to prove Dirk's completely innocent. And that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Kharian, we can witness the final memories of the dead. What utter nonsense! There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze. That's what you think. But Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us. He did. Yep, and boy is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court and save his children. Your Magistrate, the defence requests we hold a divination seance for this new victim. What a waste of time! The events of 23 years past have already been deliberated at length. there wasn't dirt on trial for the incident as well today. So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into the new lead, would we? Ah. As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara is a case we can ill afford to leave open, and I believe the final memories of the victim will prove very important. Therefore, it's the opinion of this court we should conduct another divination seance. Why, your benevolence. If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course, leave it to me. Thank you. My father's full name is... Jove Justice. Alright. Now, your benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you're ready.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success. So those are my father's final moments. The baby we saw must have been you, Apollo. I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the Seance vision. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father appeared to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories, right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth beyond what happened 23 years ago? Oh.
Objection!
Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. However, the handle on the lighter in the Seance vision appears to be gloved. Ah, I believe you're right. What could this mean? Causing to question whether the hand in the vision was really Dirk's. If only we can make out the details a little better. Very well. I'll attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Perhaps it'll help refine the Seance vision. It does seem there was a glove on the hand. Still, what significance could that have? It means Dirk's fingerprints got on the lighter at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire. All you have is pure speculation, while the fact remains they are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason Dirk was the one who used the lighter. It just means I have to prove the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information in my father's final memories. Either way, it seems I must revise my insights. Okay, she's updated the insight. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found. Pretty sure those are distinctive tattoos there.
Objection!
Yes. Wait. This means the real culprit is... The figure in the vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around their wrist gives their true identity away. That design. It can't be. This will prove that Suzanne was captured in the Seance vision. Wait. What am I?
Take that!
That photo. So you do believe the culprit to be... Justice Minister Inga had cut the exact same pattern on him. You're referring to the cuffs of justice, correct? Yeah, I hear they're a traditional part of Kurani's Justice Minister attire. But what does this tell us? It tells us the figure in the vision is none other than the Karayan's late Minister of Justice, Inga Kakarul Karayan. No, it doesn't. He wasn't Justice Minister yet. No, not my father. So he plotted the assassination of the former Queen as well as the current one? The Fire Dragon's been right all along. Nayuta? What you propose is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Kakarul Karayan was not the Minister of Justice. What? The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... you, Queen Garan. What? Oh right, she served as Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. I guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one. So then, the figure in the vision is actually... Your Eminence. It's you, isn't it? This is madness! Why would Her Eminence do such a thing? Because she would ascend to the throne. She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara. That's why she tried to assassinate her. I find this all very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart? And was it you who killed my father? Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question.
Insolence!
Peasants, always carrying on about things of no import. You do not deny it, then? You concealed the truth and used me for your own designs? Only you to spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dirk were cleared of all charges, it shall still be I who decides Rafer's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, the child lives only by my good graces. Now kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head. Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secrets is the best interest of this kingdom. But you've been deceiving me all the while. Nayuta. Nayuta, you dare defy me? Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga. Retract, you say? Dirk, the far piece of evidence she left behind, has released the Yuga from his suffering, and now is finally free. In all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I believed all was fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to awake from my despair. But you, Apollo, you have awakened me with your demonstration of our Father's Creed.
A dragon never yields.
I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garan. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution! Insolent fool! Now even you prattle on about revolution? Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, it seems we're finally making some headway down that road Dirk carved out for us. Yeah. Now, if we could just prove Garan's guilt, we could continue down that road toward the revolution Dirk dreamed of. Your Eminence, You've been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense? Not so fast, Your Majesty, for the cuffs could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything. I believe you're right. Oh, but we know she's guilty. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have me refute? Unfortunately, this photo is the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. As far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding the case from the past. However, now Prosecutor Sir has retracted his confession, we'll have to re-deliberate the current case from scratch. Yes, the defence speaks the truth. Even though it's clear who the guilty party is. Queen Garan, the defence accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Kakurul-Karayan. But do you have any evidence, defence? Evidence that'll prove Garan was the killer? There's still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice. There is. Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister's killer posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise? Hey, you're right. A lot of blood would have splattered onto the killer, so the blood-soaked clothes would have been dealt with somehow. If they're still around somewhere, I was wondering what absurd idea you would concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of almost anywhere. I doubt you could find them now.
Objection!
Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence? Yes? On the day on the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. During that time, you saw Queen Garan, did you not? Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. But I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Rafer, you would not dare! When the Queen headed to the palace, did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession? No, she did not. So, maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard. The police did a thorough sweep of the area following the crime. They did not find anything resembling Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, Prosecutor? Yes, I admit no clothing was found. So you admit you're merely speculating, chasing phantoms and delusions of evidence that never existed. This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. If Garan wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere she thought they'd never be found. Will they never be found, eh? I believe Dirk's clothes are hidden here.
Take that!
Impossible. A thorough search has already been made of the entire area. But you could at least listen. No. If we ever hope to locate Dirk's clothes, Mr. Justice, it would have to be someplace that was beyond her benevolence's field of vision. Otherwise, she would have noticed the bundle of bloody clothes. Right.
Take that!
tomb? You believe the clothing's hidden there? Yeah, it's the only place it can be. Very well. Where in the tomb do you believe the clothes are hidden?
Take that!
Oh my, you believe they're hidden there? That does seem rather ridiculous. Oh, fuck off. Well, look on your face. I gather that even you realise how ridiculous the answer is. Oops. Bullseye. A few issues remain unresolved. This court will leave such matters to the police for further investigation. This trial may have proven Dirk's innocence, but he failed to prove who Mr. Inger's true killer was. The truth of what happened 23 years ago remains shrouded in mystery. All because we failed to prove Garan's guilt. After the trial, we were forced underground in order to escape Garan's agents. I'll join Ayer and the Defiant Dragons in their efforts to overthrow Garan. A dragon never yields. We fight on with Dirk's creed in our hearts, and dream of the day revolution comes to Korian. Of course, makes perfect sense. The clothes weren't simply hidden, they were returned to where they belonged. Huh? And by that you mean the killer would have to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there. Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus. So the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes. Right, before the minister entered the tomb, the killer put on Dirk's clothes and hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. After the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body. So what? This is all still speculation. We don't know whether or not the clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you can't prove they were somehow connected to this case. Objection! That's where you're wrong, but I believe you already knew that. The clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this.
Take that!
The bloodstains on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There's also blood splatter explained to his left elbow and the abdominal area. I believe this blood splatter came from... Do you truly believe the blood came from this individual? You fucking idiot. No. And where do you think this penalty came from? I think that one's pretty obvious. Well, defense, please tell us whose blood is on these clothes. The killer wore these clothes during the murder, and the blood splatter must have come from Minister Inger. I thought it was all dirt, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure though. Let's get those stains analysed right away. Indeed. This may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt.
Objection!
You cannot prove it was I who hid those clothes. They could very well have been hidden by a third party. But could they really? I say the possibility is someone other than Garan hiding the clothes. No, that's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following. That was your own testimony, word for word. Why, you insolent! Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you're the one who killed Justice Minister Inga. Insignificant worm. You dare accuse me, the ruler of Karayan? Do not think for one moment such impudence will... I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in this sacred hall, Your Eminence. Because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garan. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice. Come on, let's see the breakdown. Me face justice? Surely you jest. You're in no position to force my hand, lawyer. Oh? Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defence Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, should I be convicted of murdering my husband, your dear brother who delivered false testimony in my defence shall also be found guilty. What? That can't be, can it? By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, you would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal, and the Defence Culpability Act would most definitely come into play. But that law is so broad that anyone could be convicted under it. When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted, and yet as it currently stands, it is the law of the land. As you said earlier, no one's above the law. Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point? You need not look so forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges. Let us leave all thoughts of the real killer and revolution in the past where it belongs. She wants to just let her off scot-free, and yet I don't see any other choice. We cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it. Accuse Queen Garan of the crime she's committed.
Such insolence!
What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign. And Raitha cannot ascend the throne, for she is yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus, to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist. Terrorist? If you would still insist on accusing me, then as ruling sovereign of Kharian I proclaim the following. All who imperil the crown, no matter the reason, shall be subject to immediate execution upon the Queen's orders. What? Immediate execution? Do you still not comprehend? And you make it clear for the sake of the kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Kharian, I command you be put to death at once.